A very good morning to everybody. A warm welcome from EEP Immigration. So we are going to start this webinar within a minute. We're just waiting for everybody to come in. And thank you for your patience, like you have come at the time. Before starting, I would like to introduce myself. Uh, I am Kranti Chopra. I am a director of EEP Immigration Services, and I'm doing this business since 15 years. So especially we are expertise in business immigration and bringing business people to Canada with their families and bringing their businesses to Canada. So this is our second webinar in that series, and in coming time we'll cover all the business immigration streams of Canada. Let's get connected. A very good morning to all of you. Hello everybody, how are you? So we're just waiting for everybody to come in. A few left. Uh, we're thanking you for your patience. So let's start. So our today webinar is about startup visa program for Canada. It's especially for the engineers and the tech companies. And as we write, we bring you and your business to Canada. This is exactly the program which you know actually supports over this line. Like we bring you and your business to Canada. So before promoting any business immigration stream of Canada, so we want to discuss with you why Canada. Why Canada is a hot destination for all the business investors around the world because Canada provides the ease of business. And these are the some of the motivational factors and the reasons why business people, business owners are coming to Canada. As I say, Canada is a home to an ever-increasing population and growing economy. So if we see it's number sixth on the list for the best countries for business 2019. Having said that, Canada is a very country, a very beautiful country which provides you the degree of ease of business on a very high scale. These are some of the factors. The first one is low corporate tax rates and open for business policies. If your business idea, if your business is good enough, you don't have to care about of other things. You just have to, concentrate on your business and rest of the policies, how it works, all the government things are taken care in a very systematic manner. So that's why it's called a land of opportunities. With our experience, we can say it like with all the business investor people whom we help and support to come to Canada and establish their businesses. After 2 or 3 years, they are ready to open their second business. They are ready to open their second branch of the same business. It's because of all these factors. Strong and the most secure globally recognized banking systems, dynamic economy, like it welcomes all sections of the world. Like people are coming from every part of the world. So that's why it says a dynamic economy with a market of 30 million consumers, highly skilled workforce. Like with this business immigration streams, Canada also have so many programs to support highly skilled workers around the world to come to Canada and work. So that's why it's a land of highly skilled workforce. So once you have your businesses Canada, you don't have to, think about whether you get a skilled force to support your businesses. And one of the attractive reason is a very low startup and operating cost of companies. We will discuss this thing in detail in coming slides. And also the position of Canada is very strategically placed, like wide access to US, Asian, and European markets, along with other free trade agreement countries. So these are the basic factors which makes Canada a land of opportunities for a business owners to come to Canada and establish their businesses and bring their families to. So having said that, so this is the main, reasons why people from different parts of the world want to establish their businesses in Canada. So today we'll cover startup visa program for Canada in this series. So this is the basic, step by step Canada Startup Visa program, how it works. So we'll discuss all these factors in detail in the webinar. Canada Startup Visa program, if I say, is targets the entrepreneurs with the skills and potential to build business in Canada that are very innovative, creative. They can compete on the global scale, and the main business of the startup should be in Canada. They create jobs for Canadian people. The basic, purpose of all these programs, especially this one, to bring economic development in Canada with the new innovative and creative ideas. So step one is like how this program goes step by step one. Step one is prepare a pitch deck. If any business owner, any people have any innovative creative idea, so he has to prepare a mini business plan or a pitch deck. Then that pitch will email to the designated organization. We connect with them, communicate with them. Once they able to support our business idea, yes, this business idea as everything which Canada needs. Like it's a creative idea, it's an innovative idea. It will create jobs in Canadian market. It is economically viable, and it will, reach their break-even point within 4 or 5 years. So then they will support your business idea. That comes into step two, and this is very important. And step three, so once they support your business idea, you'll receive a support from a designated organization. So this is the main part. This is the main part in this program. Step two and step three. Once you get a support from any designated institution of Canada and they support your business idea, then you are become eligible to apply for a PR. So this is step three. In step four, once we complete step one, two, and three, in step four, at that time we form a company in Canada. So if having said that, form a company in Canada, some businesses already have formed a company in Canada, then this step is not needed here. If a business is new, a business idea is new, fine, then we have to form a company in Canada as step four. It depends on business to business, it depends on idea to idea, what type of business it is. And step five, we apply for work permit. Then step six, apply for PR and become a permanent resident. So we'll cover all these six steps in detail in a coming slide. So this is just to give you the overview how the program works. Fine. So if you have any questions regarding this program, regarding how it works, you can write your questions in the chat box. So in the end, we'll answer each and every question. Yeah. So this is the program roadmap, how it works, how we work with the client. So in this phase A, we divided this program roadmap in three phases: phase A, phase B, and phase C. In phase A, we ask the applicant or business owner to submit a mini business plan. We'll give you this format. We'll show you this format how it is in the coming slides. Also, we ask the applicant to submit his updated CV. And once we get all these documents from an applicant, and when we confirm the eligibility that business has fulfill all the requirements of this program, we'll discuss this eligibility criteria later on. And then within 14 days, we work closely with the applicant and see whether his business idea, whether his fulfills all the requirements of this program. It will take 14 days. After phase A, if we see yes, it is a good business to go, then we comes into phase B. Then we submit a complete application package to the designated organizations who actually supports the new startups in Canada. And that list is available on the Canadian website. So we'll share that link with you too. So that phase takes 4 to 8 weeks. Once this phase is over, then we move to phase CE. So once that designated institutes supports your business idea, yes, that business idea is innovative, creative, will create jobs in Canada, is economically viable. So then they support your business idea, and ready to give you a letter of support. Once we get a letter of support, we comes to phase C. Then those dignitary institutes send the contract to the applicants to read it and sign it. And at that time, for this program, this roadmap especially we made for business incubators. So I'll explain you what's our business incubators in the coming slides, just to give you the overview of the program, how it goes, what is the roadmap. So then when we go to the eligibility criteria and other things, then you can understand the things better. Once they send the contract, the applicant will read the contract, sign it, and pay the deposit. So the business incubators charges fees to give you the letter of support, and it depends from $0 to $40,000, and it depends on different incubators and what in which incubators is ready to accept your business idea. So then the applicant will sign the contract, pay the mandatory deposit. Then we'll come to step 4, the same phase, acceptance of the program letter of support issued. So then once the applicant signs the contract and pay the deposit, they'll accept that applicant into the program and issue a letter of support. So this letter of support is a very, very vital part in this program. So once that letter of support is issued to an applicant, then he is eligible to apply for work permit and PR. So phase C takes 7 to 30 days to get letter of support, and then we'll apply for work permit and PR of an applicant. Once PR application submit, it takes 12 months to get approved. So this is the basic, a general roadmap for this program. So we closely work with the business incubators or the designated organizations. So according to our experience, like what we have worked in the past with our applicants, we are giving you this roadmap. So why we put this slide up front? Because we want to give you a fair bit of idea how it goes. Now we cover the eligibility criteria, how it works, how we can, effectively and efficiently counsel the applicants, how it fine. So this is all. So at this point, do you have any questions? Kindly write your questions in that box. So we will answer you all questions one by one. So this is the eligibility criteria for this program. In order to eligible for a startup program, if anybody wants to come to Canada on this program, he must have fulfilled these 4 factors. He must have a qualifying business. Second, letter of support. Get a letter of support from a designated organization, which we have discussed just now. English, meet the language requirements, and money. These are the 4 major eligibilities an applicant has to fulfill in order to, come to Canada and establish their businesses and bring their families. And we'll discuss all the 4 things in detail in coming slides. Fine. So basically, these are, if you want to counsel your clients, or if you want to come to Canada, establish your business in Canada, you have to see whether you are, fulfill these 4 basic conditions, and these are the mandatory ones. So if we take to every 4, then it's ready to go. I once again repeat, first one is have a qualifying business. Second, letter of support. Third, English requirement. And fourth is the money. Fine, and we're going to discuss these 4 factors in detail now. What is a qualifying business? Qualifying business means a business that is innovative, creative, will create jobs, and has economic viability, and can, bring Canada on a global scale, has operations on a global scale. So if we talk about a qualifying business, we will discuss this business at 2 major factors. At the time you get a commitment from designated organization. Suppose you have made your business plan, you have very good idea. At that time, each applicant holds a 10% voting rights title. Like in any company, there are two shareholders or four shareholders, five shareholders. For this program, the maximum owners can't be more than five. So for a single business, five directors can be a co-founders or you can say part of the startup program, and each must have a 10% of the voting rights. Fine. And this is applicant and the designate organization jointly hold more than 50% total voting rights. Suppose if any company have a five directors and everybody has a 10% each voting rights. At the same time, that company also holds a 50% voting rights in collaboration with that designated organization. So this is the first condition for business to be qualifying. So if there are two directors, then they must have a 50-50 each. So it becomes a qualifying business. Fine. So at the time when you receive your permanent residence, you have to provide active and ongoing management of this business from within Canada. Fine. When the Canada is ready to give you a PR under this program, at that time we have to tell them, yes, we have the active and ongoing management of business within Canada. An essential part of operations business happens again. We have to give, due diligence documents like that the business is operating in Canada, the lease agreements, where it is, the office and everything. So this is a very common documents. Every business people knows like what we have to submit. So this is how we can see whether that business is a qualifying business or not. So first of all, we have to see whether it's an innovative, creative idea, create jobs in Canada, economic viability, and can operate on a global scale. So and each director must have minimum 10% of shares and holds a voting rights. Fine. So these are the eligibility criteria for a business to be qualifying. Fine. So any question till now? Or we move forward? So we'll take the questions and answer in the end. So this is the company from Nigeria. Now they are PR in Canada. They still have to start their business in Canada. They are in Winnipeg right now. So in coming webinar, we'll do a one-to-one meeting with this client. So this is the business, like we have just discussed about what is qualifying business. So this is the business which has been approved by the designated organization, and now the two directors of this company in Canada on a PR. So why we put this here, just to give an idea and example what type of businesses Canada is looking for under this startup program. If we see the company name is Vacuum Board, and if you see what's the one line pitch, online marketplace for outdoor advertising. Business summary: Vacuum Boards connect businesses and brands to available low cost and result oriented opportunity while business tracking return on investment via their property mobile app. Sector: information and communication technology, and this is the website. So these people already had a successful business back in Nigeria, and then they decided to move to Canada under this category. So they are accepted by the MTA, Manitoba Technology Accelerator, and now both of the directors of this company are in Winnipeg as a PR, and they are working on this business to establish in Canada. So now you can have a fair bit of idea what kind of businesses our Canada is looking for under this program. It must be innovative, creative. Yeah. And another requirement is the language requirement. Under this program, the best part is that only CLB level 5 is required. Only CLB level 5. If you compare with other programs, PR programs or any program, the CLB level is higher. So if you see CLB level 5 in IELTS, reading 4, writing 5, speaking 5, listening 5. So that's why this program is very, very, in demand these days, because CLB level 5 is very low and can bring more business people to Canada. CLB level is just 5, and it's easy for a business people, for business owner who are into business since 20 years or 10 years, 5 years, can easily get this score. And now comes the what are designated organizations. So we have been talking about designated organizations since we start our webinar. Now we'll explain you what are designated organizations. Designated organizations are business groups that are approved to invest or support possible startups through a startup visa program. The Canadian government gives a, you know, approved some business groups and give them a title of designated organization so that they can invest in startup programs or support possible startup programs through this program. To apply for this type of business or idea venture must be support one of the more designated organizations. So if you want to move to Canada, if you are thinking about to pursue this program, if you think, yes, this is a program for me, this is a mandatory part. You should at least support either one of these groups. So if you have a business idea, if you have a business plan, if you have a very good startup, business idea, then you have to connect with these three designated organizations. If you are, ready, if you think your business idea is viable, this business idea is already in the market, your product is already in the market, and it's already have a good sales talk, you can contact to venture capital funds. But in order to eligible for this program, the venture capital funds should invest $2,000 in your startup. If you get that investment, then you can apply under this program if you are choosing venture capital funds to move with this program. Then there are other types of technology that's called angel investor group. Again, if you want a support from this type of designated organization, then you must have a approval of $75,000 of investment in your business. And the third one, which are very common one and which are mostly startups are looking for, that are business incubators. In this, under this category, you don't need any kind of funding, like you need funding from these two types. You just need a letter of support. So that's why business incubators charge a fees from an applicant, and they'll help you to establish your business in Canada. So some business incubators, support you for 6 months, 4 months. Mostly they have a 1 year programs. Fine. So they'll see whether your business is innovative, creative, create jobs, have economic viability, and they take a decision after consultations with their and all. And once they are ready to support your business, they'll issue you a letter of support. And once they issue you a letter of support, like we discussed in the previous slide, they'll issue you a contract copy, and once applicant signs a contract, pay the mandatory deposit, and they'll issue a letter of support. With this letter of support and with the CLB level 5 and with the qualifying business, we are ready to go apply for a PR application. And once we apply for PR application, after a PR application has been filed, we also apply for our permit of the directors and the dependents so that they can come to Canada and start operating their business, and while their PR applications is in the process. Fine. So there are three types of designated organizations. One is venture capital funds. If you want to go for this one, you must have a funding of $2,000 for your business. And then second one is angel investors. And then in this group, you must have a funding of $75,000 from these designated organizations. And a third is business incubators. And for this, under this designated organization, you don't need approval of funding. You just need a letter of support. Fine. So mostly we are working closely with these business incubators because till now, since 2 years, we are promoting this startup visa program. The businesses or startups are new one. So in these, they have to see the business actually in place. They want to see their product to be in the market. They want to see your business papers. So whether this business, how this business, your startup is behaving, how the startup is operating. Fine. For business incubators, there are 30 or 20, around 30 designated organizations as a business incubators. So mostly will support your business if your business is new, you just have a business idea. Fine. But some will see your 1 year or 2 years track of your startup, and then they are ready to give you a letter of support. So we're closely working with these business incubators, and with our experience, we can see and we can guide you initially, like whether this business is going to get a letter of support or not. So we can help you in that. And the fourth one, the last eligibility is the money. So this is the same as a PR. Like if your family member is one, you have to show this funds. If your family members are two, this is three, and this go. So if now I repeat again, I'll come to the first slide. Now this thing. Anybody who wants to come to Canada under this program, they have to fulfill these four conditions. One is business. It must have a qualifying business. We have just discussed it. Second, letter of support. Get a letter of support from a designated organization. We'll help you in that. Third, the English requirements. Just CLB level 5. And then enough money to settle, like every program has. Fine. So these are very simple conditions to be fulfilled. And if you see, there is a no age parameter under this program. So it's for everybody. Fine. This is a qualifying business, and this I'll give you also example what type of businesses can be, welcomed under this program. And this is a business which is approved, and now the both the directors have a PR. They are living in Winnipeg. These are designated organizations we explain, and these are the funds. So these are the basic four factors which has to be fulfilled if you want to come to Canada under this program. Yes, I have seen, we have seen so many questions, and we'll answer each one by one. And this is the sample of mini business plan. So this is the first thing if anybody wants to start with the program. So when we counsel our clients, this is the first thing. So we'll send this to the applicant, and they'll give us, fill it up and give it to us. Once we get this one and the updated resumes of an applicant, we closely work with our partner designated institutes and see whether that business fulfilling the condition of qualifying business, whether this business will create jobs in Canada, whether it's innovative or creative. So this is the starting point of this program. We'll share this copy with you in your emails. And this is the cost factor. This is the generalized cost factor, and first, how we start this one, this is the administration fees. Suppose if anyone who is ready to apply under this program, if he sees yes, he's eligible under this program. So this fees include the mini business plan review and the eligibility confirmation. So if anybody wants to see whether he's eligible for this program or not, so this is our fees. Will charge $300, and we closely work with the mini business plan, and will tell honestly and give the assessment to the applicant whether this business and what are the more requirements for his business to be approved by the organization. So this is the first step how we can start under this program. So once we give the counseling, we have a Zoom sessions with our clients, work with their business plan and make that business according to the Canadian market, which is going so that they can be accepted by any designated organization. So this is our fees to start with. Once this process is over, once the uh, first counseling is done, and we'll say yes to the applicant, yes, his business is qualifying one and can be accepted by the organization, then we can enter into a contract. This is a generalized fees which you know are uh, prevailing in the Canadian market. The legal fees varies from 15,000 to 30,000. So every consultant, every lawyer charges differently. So this is the general fee structure. So this includes all lawyer fees related to completion, submission of work permit, peer application. This does not include work permit extension. So this doesn't include the legal fees, but this is just for the lawyer fees or the consultant fees. Then this is a company formation fees. This fees covers company registration cost, name search, drafting shareholder agreement, maintain electric opera minute books for 1 year. So this is the generalized fees. Then this is the business plan is needed for this program when we have to submit all the due diligence documents to the technical organization to get a letter of support. So if you require help, you can work as we work with the NPSAT.ca because they are very, very good and all our business plans are approved till now. So you can use their services too. So this is a generalized cost. So why we give and discuss this with you? Because you have a fair bit of idea if you want to planning to come to Canada under this program, if you have any clients who want to come to under this program. So this is the generalized cost, so we can give an estimate to the client. Apart from this, there are the fees of a business incubator companies, and that varies from $0 to $40,000, and we have to see case to case what type of business it is, what type of industry it is. You know, if I tell you from experience, mostly the companies which are into healthcare, which are into information technology, which are into software development, which are into F&B industry. So these are most commonly, acceptable forms of business sectors. But there are also business incubators who can accept, who can consider all type of businesses. So just that idea, be innovative and creative. So now we'll answer your questions. Kindly write your questions, any you have. So first, think we have a question from Geeta. Do they come to Canada as PR and not on work permit? Actually, this is a PR program, Geeta. They'll come to Canada as a PR. Why we apply for work permit? Suppose they are get a letter of support from a designation and they fulfill all the conditions of the program. First of all, we'll apply their PR applications. Once their PR applications in process, it will take around 12 months to get approved. And during that period, they can also come to Canada on work permit. Mostly people do this thing so that they can start working on their businesses and establish their businesses in Canada. So that's the reason behind it. Another question you have, how much money is needed from the applicant to even consider this program? It depends on business to business. So we have approved business for a IT company that only have $55,000 as a capital from Mumbai. So it's not like that. It's a standard thing. This is the line. There is no set rules for a money to be needed. It depends on what type of business it is. When we work on the business plan, we'll see how much capital is needed to carry out all the functions. So it totally depends on business to business. So if I say, if you give you any estimation, it's like that applicants must have around $2,000 in their bank accounts to show, yes, they have the enough capital to support their business idea. The fees is not, there is a question from JR, just wait, JR. The fee, this is this is 3,500. Company formation is 3,500. It's not 35,000. And this is 2,500. Yes. There is a question from Anita ji. How does the process get impacted if we find out that medicals are not met because medicals come into picture? Yes, if you file the PR, at that time we need police clearance certificates. You have to check the criminal record also and the medicals also. That's entire part. So we that's a very important. Yes, as a PR, when we apply for PR Canada, we must have a you know clear criminal records, no criminal records, and also we have a good medical condition. And there is a question from Vaninder Chauhan. What is the timeline from starting till the client reach Canada? If you see, go to the Canadian website, it takes around 12 months, just 12 months. There is a question from Jia, how much you charge at each stage, like stage A, B, or C? So to start with, this is our fees. This is stage A, where we work closely with you, whether your business idea is going to be acceptable by the delivery organization. This is the first phase A. And we work very honestly with our clients. And in phase A, we let you know whether we are going to get success, the idea which you are going to, establish in Canada. There is a question from Salman. Is there a number on how many startup visas that Canada Immigration will issue each year? No, there is no number. This is a federal program. They welcome as much as businesses are coming to Canada because it brings economic vibrant economic development in the country. If the application not approved, is there any and what is here? This is a stage where we'll see whether it's going to approved or not in a first phase. We not will not go further if we see the business idea has no creative or innovative part in it. Now they have written. There is a question from Nida. Even if the website says 12 months are there delays due to pandemic, now the present time they have given is 12 months. You know the people from Nigeria, they came to Canada in 2019 within a 6 months. This is a very, very fast paced program. So if you have any specific question you want to discuss with us, we are always happy to collaborate. So you can email us at info@eepservice.ca. There is a question from Jay. Do you need signed contracts at first day like rental space? No, 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 we don't need. We don't need. We don't need a rental space or just we need a business plan. So you will be creating a business plan and all the requirements. Yes, we can support you in that matter, Mr. Vrinder, but you will be in the team. Like you will be giving us information. What is your business idea? What do you want to do? You know, yes, we will help you in creating business plan and all of the requirements. But you will be the team leader in that process. You have to give us what your business idea, what you want to do. There is a question from Kasid. You do cases jointly with RCISO? Yes, we do. We work with RCICs and other immigration consultants. Yes, we do work with business associates. And if I say our main, you know, business is B2B, we are closely working with our business associates. They are an integral part of our success, and with their support, yeah, we work with. We are really happy and looking forward to collaborate with you people. If you have any specific questions, just write us at info@episode.ca. We work both ways, Jay. Do you sign a retainer with client directly? Yeah, we work both ways. We'll see the compatibility of our business associate, how they want to, operate or process the application. So we're truly open to any suggestions, so we are open to it. Yeah. So we'll work according to the compatibility of our business associate, how he wants to process the application. Yeah, we don't put our terms and conditions. We can't put our conditions on our associates. So we work as a team members. Vrinderji, if I let you know, so this is the general idea. This is the general idea. So I let you know. Some people we had a very I must say a bad experience with one of our with a client. You know some people see this is a business where with one business they can bring five families, because so in order to have five owners under this program, the business should be big enough. This is what we have learned from our experience. That must be in millions, that must be in already in the market, already have a product to be in the market. Only then the IRC approved the five co-owners, for the PR. Otherwise, for any other business, two are ready to go. If there are five co-owners, we'll do two PRs for two owners, then three will come as a global tenancy. So there are so many ways to bring people under this program. But we have to see each case as a different one. What are their, plus points, what are their minus points? Accordingly, we can guide our clients. So this is, Virendraji, this is the estimation, like expenses we can give to the client. But this is 15, if we talk about the legal fees of 1530, it will see what type of business it is. Yeah, yeah, yes, told, yeah, business should be, then unique means like must have some creative or innovative idea in it. Vrindaji, some people want to an exacting business and get PR. Do you assist in that too? So that's a different program. If we talk about, that comes under Honor Patella Mayad, or you can talk about C11 work permits. So that's a different program. Yes, we can work. Yes, we can, process those applications too. You can email us like what your specific inquiry, Vrindaji. We can literally, and we would love to help you in that. Yes, yes. Yeah, if the business already have success, it means product already in the market. Yes. You know, I don't want to confuse you here. I'll see like if I'll let you know, I'll just give an example here in it. I'll show you that one. Just wait. Yeah, to answer your question. See this business. This business already, success in Nigeria. Now they are working to create this business in Canada. So if you go to this website, you will see what kind of business it is. So this business is accepted by one of the regulatory institution and give them a spot of letter. So you have then have a fair bit of idea what kind of businesses are going to be acceptable. This is already, this business was not a new one. It's already working in Nigeria successfully, and now they want to establish, take their startup to Canada. So having said that, it depends on case to case. It depends on business to business, whether it's a new one or established one. We have to see the viability of that business. Two applicants, 50, yes, yes, two applicants, 50. If there are two applicants, would the fees would double or same? The fees will be the same, not double. We'll take one startup business as a one case. If there are three applicants, we don't charge, triple. So we'll take one business as a one client. If there are two applicants, we don't care. If there are three applicants, fair enough. And this is a very common question, our clients ask us. So we take a business as a one application. The best thing of this program is that there is no age parameter and CLB level is very low. And, I'll let you know how we can promote this program. What would be the possible target customer for us? If you see in last 7 or 8 years, Canada has seen a rise in number of student visas. So they are welcoming students from all part of the world. If you especially talk about India, it's a great, increase in the number of students. Now the students already studying in Canada, they will settle in Canada, they'll get PR in Canada, they will live in Canada. Fine. And their parents, they are in their, early 50s mostly. So they also want to be live their children. Now the family size in India is maximum 2 or 3 children, and everybody wants to come to Canada. So those the parents of Canadian entering students, they want to settle in Canada. This is the best program for them if they, can't fulfill the programs of other categories. And second category, a family households where their kids are in their 10th or 11th standard. And after 12, they'll come here as a on a student visa and all. So and then we can counsel them. It's better. We can help you to establish your business in Canada and bring your family with them. So these are the two, categories, two target customers we are focusing on, and successfully the people find a logic in it. Yeah, Vrindaji, you will be helping in getting support of from the no. We are very closely working with the designated organizations, but we work step by step legally. What with our experience, which type of business, which business will be acceptable. This is what we do from our experience. But we don't have any kind of say influence on designated organizations to get a letter of support. So that's why in the very first step where we closely work with the applicants when we send them a mini business plan template to fill it up. At that stage, we'll figure out whether this business is going to be acceptable or not. So once we are confident enough, yes, this business will be acceptable, then only then we'll move forward. I hope I answer your question, Vrindaji. So I think we are going to end our webinar. So if anybody have any questions, kindly email us. We are happy to collaborate. We are working with business switches too. So if we are expertise in business investment streams of Canada. So we are more than happy to bring you and your business to Canada. And beside what is mentioned on the slide, what additional cost should we expect? So we can say the legal fees of peer program, work permit, and the fees of a designated organization, what they charge. So they charge around, if I say the average price $30,000, and they'll charge in installments, not upfront. Like some designated organization charge monthly, like 3,000 or 4,000 per month from an applicant, and they in return they give them the services for 1 year. They give them office space, so they help them, to establish support their business in Canada. So once again, we'll thank you everybody. It's really a nice interaction with you all. So we thank you for your time. You gave your time to us for 1 hour and listened to us, and we're really indebted for it. So in future, we also coming up with different programs too. So we need your support, we need your help, and we are happy and welcoming you to become a team. And thanking you very much. So I hope we are able to add some value today if you spend your time. And do write to us how you like it, what more changes, what are the feedback. So we want to improve ourselves too. This is how learning goes. We want to learn more from you, from your questions. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.